Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the live stream. Today, gotta get back to Warlock leveling. What level are we right now? 43? Shit. Man, we gotta really pick up the pace, man. Let's see what's going on in the guild lately. Okay, so guild message of the day. Do your Aqua Quintessence chain. Oh my god, they're serious. Oh no. This is not gonna be good, boys. Looks like we're going back to Molten Core. Going back to Molten Core. Okay. Check out here real quick. Let me check the mailbox real quick, see what we got here. Got a whole bunch of shit. What is all this stuff? I must have not picked it up though. Okay. Gonna grab that. I'm still using level 11 legs. Holy crap. Let me turn the music down real quick. But yeah, guys, welcome back to a live stream. Gonna be doing some leveling today in the Warlock. Still got working game this guy up to 60. Yesterday we released the big A.Q. 40 boss guide, featuring Scarab. So no, hope you guys are enjoying that content. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, I've been looking at the feedback on Reddit. I've been looking at the feedback on Discord and YouTube, and it's been really positive. So I really do appreciate everyone that has tuned in and check the guide out. It's really cool. Okay, so let's see. I was level 43 here. Let's see what else we got. All these quests are actually red right now. Don't even know if I can do these. I'm probably going to have to go back to STV actually, looking at these quests right here. Alright, so where did he want me to take that report to? Oh, he wants me to go back to Orgrimmar. I'm not really ready to go back yet. Guess let's go do Hippogriffs. Let's check out natural materials as well. So for natural materials, let's see. Treants of Feralis. Now, I've seen these guys roaming around here before, but the problem is like, where are these guys located at? I'm gonna have to go look for them. I can probably multitask on this. But yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty crazy week or two so far, guys. I've been spending a lot of time working behind the scenes on the guide for Scarum, and it took me a long time to really piece it together. Because for me, it was a kind of like a first time experience when it came to putting that guide together. I had to, look for talented people that, knew the information, the research. I had to pull from my own experiences when I rated AQ 40 in my Warlock. I also had to go out and look for like graphical elements, to showcase the information and stuff like that. Oh my god. No, 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 not like this, not like this. I need to slow down. Hang on. Wait. Let's actually go across the river and I'll reset this. But yeah, I mean, like, putting together the guide was a lot of work. I think I've probably spent over 40 or 50 hours just working on that guide. A lot of people are like, you know, that guide could have been summed up in like a couple minutes, but honestly, I felt that it was really important to cover certain topics, such as, you know, like what kind of raid composition do you want to bring to AQ40, as well as covering, you know, the overview map when it comes to raid positioning and where your raid needs to be for Scarum. And then you have the abilities themselves. So, I mean, you know, some people were like, you know, you went over 10 minutes because you wanted ad revenue. But no, it's just I need to be able to explain the fight, you know, every piece of it. I don't think that Scarum is a fight you can just sum up in 1 or 2 minutes. I mean, maybe someone else could probably do it that way, maybe. But you know, for me, I really want to do a good explanation of the fight itself. Moving forward, though, going to Sartora, Thancred, and Huhuran, I expected the who's this guy? Baby trade. But moving forward, I think that probably the guides in the future will be a little bit more shorter for the next 3 bosses. Sartora is not really that complicated. Thancred is not really that complicated. Huhuran isn't really that complicated either. But the problem with Huhuran is, like, some guilds like to do 2 tanks, and some guilds like to do 1 tank. So I need to be able to figure out from my guide, like, okay, so do I need to make the guide for a guild that wants to do 2 tanks or 1 tank? But aside from that, you know, when we get into Twin Imps, I can probably see that being a 10-minute video because I'm gonna have to talk about, you know, Warlock tanking, the other tank as well, for the other Twin Imp, the one that's physical based. Cthulhu is probably going to be like a 10 to 15-minute video. That's probably gonna be a long one. That's gonna be a big fight too. Alright, so let's get into the questions on the chat real quick. Let me put my character in a safe spot. Like, when you don't like live stream for like a period of time, like it feels like I'm like really rusty at this. But get that backspace back. There's one north and south of the Horde Town. Okay. What have you enjoyed more, video stuff or streaming? I think personally, I like doing both. I feel like it feels like to me that doing video content on my past experiences in AQ40 and Naxxramas is a little bit more kind of like beneficial, I guess, because you know, for me, the biggest thing about live streaming and stuff was, you know, I was showing people in-game content, right? That one really just reset. So, I mean, the biggest thing for me was, when it came to the live stream, was showing people in-game content, you know, AQ40, Naxxramas, 40-man rating, right? But since we're not doing that anymore, I've kind of lost my identity, I guess. Which is why I was like, you know what? Why don't I start putting forth my knowledge and my experiences into making boss guides for that content? You know, like AQ40 is coming out on the server in like what, a couple weeks, right? So it's like, okay, well, I can take my knowledge, I can take my experience, I can get together with some really talented people, and why don't we make a boss guide, you know, for AQ40? So, I mean, it's been a lot of fun so far, and I think that that content is a lot more interesting for people than for people that are watching the leveling live streams. You know, everyone has seen someone level a character in World of Warcraft like a million times before, right? But one thing I noticed was there was like a lack of um, really good content. A lot of lack of content for like boss guides. That sounds like got totally confused right there, but I mean, that's my general mindset behind it. Is I want to create high quality content, um, in the form of boss guides. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. Is high quality content in the form of boss guides, so that people can look these guides as a reference to whatever server they're playing on, maybe a reference to 2006 for nostalgia, or in the future for classic World of Warcraft. Now the problem is, as some people have pointed out on Reddit and in the comments on the YouTube video, is Raz, isn't this information going to become obsolete when Classic WoW comes out? Yes and no. The biggest thing is we don't know what Blizzard is going to do with Classic World of Warcraft. Blizzard might change the whole game up. They might not, you know. But I expect Classic WoW to be a good emulation of the original experience. So for me, I'm trying to make the guides kind of future-proof in a way, so that they're not entirely obsolete, which is why during certain points, like, let's discuss numerical values, right? Which is why I'm pretty vague when it comes to certain parts of the guide, because numerical values is something that people like to argue about a lot. Some people say private servers are overtuned. Some people say private servers are undertuned to how it actually was in 2006. So when you put that stuff together, who's right and who's wrong? That's a big thing right there. That's why I prefer to be more vague about it, and put like a disclaimer saying this information could change in the future. But I would say ideally right now the guides are probably going to be the most helpful for the people that are playing on um current servers at the moment. And hopefully they'll still be helpful for people that are playing on like, Elysium, Chronos, and future projects. It really depends on, when is the next announcement from Blizzard. When is Classic coming out, right? Are these even the right hippogriffs, by the way? These guys are like not even dropping anything. Check real quick. Oh wait. Yep. I need to actually shrink them. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the issue is like I have a tendency where I get like really distracted like very easily, unfortunately. It's like when you take a break from live streaming, that whole multitasking part of your brain and stuff quickly just like fades away. It just fades away so quickly. So like it's interesting because like on one hand it's like you're trying to interact with your chat on a good basis. You're trying to play the game and you're also trying to like figure out like where you're going to next. So like I gotta get back into like the swing of things, right? Part of why I made my Black Moon Lair guide before it came out on Elysium PvP. I mean, your guide that you did for Black Moon Lair was probably like one of the first guides that I looked at to try to see like, okay, so like how can I look at this and be like, okay, so like what kind of inspiration can I use from this guide, for my guides. One of the first things I noticed was there really wasn't much content for AQ40 or Naxxramas 40. Oh, hang on, let's go back to the body. Actually, let's go to all these bodies here. I mean, um, not to mention as well, when I was doing AQ40 progression on the other server, last April, I was looking for similar content, similar guides, and there really wasn't a whole lot. There was a lot of raid footage from people, in 2006. Um, there was a lot of, stuff like that from other private servers as well, but there really wasn't any guides. So, I felt that it might be a good reason to start getting into this whole thing, guides and stuff. I mean, like if people enjoy the guides and stuff, I wouldn't mind doing one for Naxxramas as well. Um, and then maybe we can go back and do like Blackmoon Lair, Molten Core, and Ani. But I feel that maybe a lot of people have already kind of like touched those areas. So depending on what is actually out there, I might just skip over it or ignore it. I'm not sure yet. Some people have been asking about the face cam. Until I figure out like what the best settings are for the face cam, I'm not really going to use it. Because I keep running into the issue where it's like the face cam is like either too bright or it's too dark. And I also want to work on like a better angle, I guess. So I'm still gonna like play around with it, and we'll probably use it, maybe next week or something. I know some people have recommended like, Raz, why don't you get some like external lighting and stuff like that. I mean, I might look into that doing that in the future, but right now, I mean, I'm working on like a whole bunch of different stuff. Um, Depending on how far we go with the AQ40 guide, I might need to actually take less time on live streaming and spend more time on video creation. Like when it came to making the guide for Scarab, one of the biggest problems I had was, okay, so it's like, can I condense this guy down and make it like a nice, brief overview of each fight, kind of like how Ryan did with his Blackmoon Lair guide? Or should I go more into detail? That was like one of my first biggest issues with creating the guide, and I really didn't know what to do. But ultimately, in the end, I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna go like massively detail oriented for each fight. Throw in some stuff in there like an overview map and all this other crap. And I'm pretty satisfied with like what we got in the end. I'm pretty satisfied. I think there's definitely a lot of things I can probably improve on though for the future. I mean, if you guys personally have any ideas, on how I can improve the guides, by all means, feel free to let me know down in the chats or in the Discord channel. Um, I know one biggest point people have mentioned so far is they think the guides are too long. I kind of agree with them, and I kind of disagree. Like I said before, it depends on the fight. Ideally, though, in the future, I think the guide should be roughly about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Hopefully, that's what I'm going for next time. Yeah, I mean that's kind of like one issue that I've ran into is like how can I make this guide concise? How can I make it straight to the point and straightforward? Because, like I imagine that when it comes to making the guides themselves, the skilled, experienced raiders, probably aren't the ones watching them. It's probably the people that have never done the content before, or the people that are interested about the content that are going to watch it. So that's why I need to break, everything down and make it concise for those guys. All right, I think we need one more of these guys. Yeah, I mean, moving forward, I think we'll be tweaking the format up. One thing I was talking about last night is maybe we need to actually change the format, the guide. Instead of showing the map first, maybe we should like show the abilities first. So what I'm thinking about is, for next guide featuring Sartora, probably, let's do like the intro, let's do the boss abilities, let's do the map. Now the problem Sartora compared to Scarum is, for that overview map, it's a lot easier with Scarum because it's outside. Um, when it comes to Sartora and Fankris, that's all like in a tunnel, and it's really really hard to get like a nice overview map that I noticed last night when I was like putting stuff together. So I'm gonna have to work on that tonight and see what I can do. Also, when it comes to displaying the abilities for the bosses as well, there's two options that I'm kind of like playing around with right now. Is like, okay, so do the viewers like seeing the raid footage as like an example of that boss ability being used, or do they want to see just the boss in the video doing the ability? It's hard to explain it without actually showing you guys, but I wonder if it might be better to cut out the raid footage and let's say have like a video set up where the boss or the entity is just doing the ability with the infographic to the right side. And then maybe what we can do is have the raid footage. We might actually have the raid footage be for the raid perspective section where I actually show you guys the fight, through my perspective. I mean, the reason why I bring this up is because um, when you look at a fight like Scarum, there's a lot of visual cues, a lot of stuff that's very, very easy to look at. You can easily tell, like, okay, this guy just split into three versions of himself, right? He's got like a massive purple arcane explosion. I'm being hit by a blue giant electric thing on my character now. The problem with Sartora is she has a whirlwind ability and she has a cleave ability. And the problem is, if you're playing something like a healer or a ranged DPS, you might not even see those abilities or even be affected by them because you're not even hit by them. For example, last night, I was talking to one of the guys that helps me out when it comes to making these videos. He does a lot of personal research and stuff like that. And he mentioned, hey Raz, like, what about cleave? And I'm like, what do you mean cleave? And he's like, yeah, like Sartora has a cleave that also reduces the armor of your character. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? I've never even seen that before. So we did some research last night, and apparently Sartora has like a ability called Sundering Cleave that does that, and I had never even been hit by it. I was like looking through my raid footage, looking through my videos and stuff. I was like, I've never even been hit by this ability. Um, I was talking to one of my old guildies, and he said, "Hey Raz, are you sure that these guys actually throw people up in the air?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've been thrown up in the air twice." And he was like, well, "That's weird. I'm a healer. I've never had that happen to me before." So I mean, that's we gotta be really careful when it comes to the boss and stuff. All right, so let's go south and see if I can find that train Buki was talking about. I'm on the lemon server right now. But yeah, I mean, in regards to some of these bosses that have certain abilities that I have never experienced before, that's why I need to be extremely, extremely careful when it comes to doing my research and stuff like that. I think what I'm gonna start doing from now on is we're just gonna start like referring to the servers as like fruits. So like if people are talking about Lightbringer, we're just gonna call it the lemon server. If people are talking about Anathema, we're just gonna call it the apple server. Alright, so I think Buki said there's one north of the town as well. But also, like, some people have been saying, like, Raz, when's the next one coming up? And so forth. Ideally, I'm gonna try to get Cthulhu done by the time patch 1.9 comes out. It's gonna be a really, really big undertaking, though. Really big undertaking. I think I can do one guide maybe every 1 or 2 weeks. So, it depends. But I mean, the biggest thing about, making these guides, making this new video content is that, above all else, I do not want to rush it. If I rush making the guides, it's going to be a really, really shitty job. And my priority is to make a guide that people will be looking at, 1, 2, or even 3 years down the road. That's my priority. So like if 1.9 comes out before I can finish the series, well then fuck it. All right, let's see if I can find this trade here. Dude, 1K needles was fucking cancer, dude. All right, give me a second. Let me check this out real quick. Fucking bear, dude. I'm like on my second monitor right now. This bear's hurting my Voidwalker. Okay, so there should be one, like, near this, Pavilion, I guess is what you would call it. Go check it out real quick. So right now we're looking for the wandering treant spirit, I believe is what it's called. Wandering Forest Walker, I think. There, I can find it. There's one north, let's see. There's one north of the camp. There's one south, the one we just killed. There's one to the west by Dire Maul. And there's one to the northwest by the Twin Colossals right now. Might be on the other side. Let's go check across here real quick. Couple of 60 alliance over here. I should probably wait. But yeah, I mean, aside from making the you know, the video and stuff like that over the past week or so, you know, hopefully you guys had a good Christmas. Hopefully you guys got some good presents and stuff like that. I mean, I definitely had a good Christmas. It's a little bit late, but I am working on getting a, you know, like an actual studio mic. Because when I actually sat down to record the voiceovers, I didn't realize how bad my mic actually was. So. Man, this place is fucking crazy right now. Oh, there it is right there. Alright, let's go. I'm like right in the middle of like the path where like all the alliance go to for Dire Maul, so it's a actual wonder I haven't actually been fuck. Oh my god, what's with this guy's damage? I mean, I know he's elite, but oh my, Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, let's go down. Turn this quest in. Let's check out and see what the guild's looking like when it comes to levels right now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1860s at the moment. I think last week it was only like maybe 12 or 13, so I mean it seems like a lot of people are now starting to catch up now in leveling. Wait, who changed my guild note? Literally aggro's Lemieux? Oh my god. You guys are so fucking salty over that. Okay, let's go turn this quest in. Alright, let me stock up on food and water real quick and guess we'll head back out. See if I can hopefully hit like 40, maybe 44, 45 today, maybe. Raz, I'm looking for a raiding guild on the Lemon server. Know anything about the scene at all? I mean, to be honest, I really don't. I mean, I know like the top guilds, like Progress, Return, Sanctum, and so on. But when it comes to like the raiding scene itself and like, who's coming up and who's looking for people, I don't really know a whole lot about it. I mean, to be honest, when it comes to the Horde side, aside from whatever, I don't even know like a lot about the Horde raiding guilds, to be honest. I mean, I guess if any of you guys in the chat play on play on this server, I can't kind of feel bad if it's Warlock and like taking all this stuff, but I mean, if you guys play in the server, like the guilds and stuff, let us know. Because I mean, I'm personally am interested in seeing like who actually are, the best guilds on both sides. Hey, what's up, Craig? I'm hoping to get Sartora out by either next week or the week after. Last night I started working on the abilities and I started working on kind of putting together like the map for the boss itself, but I don't have a date at this point in time. Alright, let's see if you can get this one down. Done with that one. I think what I'm gonna do tonight though is I'm probably going to actually start working on like the boss abilities section. But when it comes to the map for the boss encounter, it's gonna be a little bit tricky though, because I can't just go up in the sky on Sartora because there's like all this crap in the way and the ceiling is like really annoying and stuff like that. Unfortunately. Though thankfully Sartora is not going to be as long, I guess, as Scarab, since there won't be a raid composition section, since we pretty much took care of that. What's going on up here? Okay, Lions just got raped, but Sartora is also like much more straight to the point kind of fight, according to what I've researched and looking at my own experiences with Sartora, Sartora really only has like a couple abilities that are really crucial to the fight. Whirlwind is probably the biggest one out of those abilities. She also has a cleave. She also enrages at 20%, and she also resets aggro occasionally. So I mean, the same kind of mechanics also apply to her ads as well. But aside from that, Sartora is really pretty straightforward. When you look at the difficulty between Scarab compared to Sartora, it's like really, really, really wide, I guess. Like, if someone were to say, "Hey Raz, can you do like a top three like hardest AQ40 boss video?" I kind of want to say Scarab might be in the top 3, if not top 5. It's really, really weird, like how Blizzard designed him. Like, he is like the gatekeeper of AQ40, if you know what I mean. Like, when I was doing AQ40, I saw so many fucking guilds get crushed on Scarab. They just didn't know what to do. They were so used to like brute forcing mechanics and just zerging everything in Black Moon Lair and Molten Core. So when they got to Scarum, where if you DPS too hard, they literally got stomped into the fucking ground. But then when they eventually killed Scarum, sometime after, they were like, wait, what the hell? Like, Sartora is, like, easy. Vanquish is easy. Uhuron is easy. Twin Imps is pretty easy as well. So it's really weird, dude. I mean, a lot of people like to say Twin Imps is a hard fight, but honestly, the fight is decided in the first like 10 seconds. Once you position the bosses correctly in the first 10 seconds, I mean that's pretty much it, dude. You just keep rotating. Yeah, I mean I'm looking forward to AQ40 coming out of the server though. It's gonna be interesting seeing how the guilds actually go through it, and I believe they're going to disable world buffs on the server as well. It's kind of like why in classic, like I might do a video on this at some point, but like later down the road, maybe we should do a video on why world buffs should be disabled in classic, possibly. The problem in hindsight is that even though people say world buffs are completely optional, like you don't have to get them. I mean, the thing is, world buffs just like makes the content so easy, dude. It makes it just so easy, which is why I'm wondering if Blizzard should just outright either disable world buffs or just make it so that they don't exist anymore. Some, shape or form, I don't know. I mean, obviously I know that, probably a lot of people are gonna be like, no, Raz, Raz, that's a stupid idea. Why would you even consider doing that? That's unblizz like, that doesn't, that's not vanilla. But I mean, when I went into Naxxramas and did Naxxramas with no world buffs, for progression, that was probably some of the most fun I've ever fucking had, dude. Doing Naxxramas with no world buffs was amazing experience. It was so challenging, and it was so hard too. And when we finally killed KT with no world buffs, it was one of the best experiences that I've ever had. I think if you make a video on why this should be changed to classic, you will basically be killing yourself. Spend 1 hour getting buffs to shave 15 minutes off farm content of raids. Um, so what are we doing now though? Yeah, I'm pretty much done with this area right now. Check over here real quick. I think we actually might be going back to Daenerys. Yeah, let's go back to Daenerys, guys. We'll fly there. My Hearthstone set too. The Flight Master app. Is the Flight Master down? Okay, or am I blind right now? Because I don't fucking see it. Yeah, it's actually fucking down right now. Fucking sucks. It's hard to describe the psychological effect of there being something in the game that you optionally do not have to do it, but because of let's say peer pressure, you're kind of forced into doing it anyways. If everyone else is getting robuffs, but you're not getting robuffs because your own mentality is, well, I'm not gonna get robuffs for this content. Well, I mean, peer pressure plays a large role in that, you know. Not to mention the whole concept of if there's like a advantage that you can use to make yourself better, to make your performance better, then why not take advantage of it? Why not use it, right? So I mean, it's hard to explain. I guess I don't know if I have the words to describe it, but that's kind of like my own opinion on the matter. Is I feel that at the very least, disabling robuffs for the first 2 weeks of progression when it comes to Molten Core, Blackmoon Lair, any raid dungeon in Vanilla WoW, disabling robuffs for 2 weeks during progression for most guilds. I think that would be a really, really good challenge um, for guilds to experience and go through. So I mean, at the end of the day, you guys have to ask yourselves, okay, so do you accept that vanilla World of Warcraft has the certain things about it that can kind of make the content a lot easier depending on if you want to use it or if you don't want to use it? I feel that world buffs is kind of a part of that kit. At the same time, I mean, look at consumables. Look at how many consumables you can stack in vanilla, you know, compared to TBC, compared to Wrath of Lich King. There's a lot of stuff there. I mean, above all else, at the end of the day, I'm willing to accept vanilla World of Warcraft warts and all. I'm willing to accept all of it if it means that we get a pristine copy of the game for Classic that is untouched and unaffected by what Blizzard has done to retail in recent years. I'm willing to accept it. I mean, to say the least, there is a lot of discrepancy in like what is that people actually want to see with, vanilla World of Warcraft. There's, world buffs is only part of it as well. A lot of people also say, 1.12 talents makes the content too easy. It makes Molten Core a breeze. And you could probably agree with those people, depending on, from what we saw with Molten Core released on Asterius, released on Elysium, you know. But I mean, right now, I feel like we're all just kind of like talking about stuff that we don't really know much about, though, because Blizzard still has not released any information on what, what patch is the game going to be on, what's going to be in, what's going to be out, so where are they going to add to the game. So like right now, it's just speculation right now. But no, it's interesting. It's interesting discussion though. But the problem is, I think everyone kind of has their own idea of what they want to see from Blizzard. I've been seeing a lot of content creators on YouTube and a lot of streamers, on Twitch and stuff like that, with their own ideas. Some of it I agree with, some of it don't. Some people are like, we need to go back to 1.1. Some people are like, let's completely change Classic and start adding some retail elements to it as well. There's a lot of stuff there. But I mean, personally, for me though, I'm not sure like what you guys want to see from me in the future when it comes to, live streaming content or video content. I think for me personally, I kind of want to like maybe stay away from some of the stuff that's already been talked about a lot. Like what should Blizzard change to Classic, or what patch should Blizzard make Classic beyond. I kind of want to stay away from that content and just focus on the game itself, vanilla as we know it. So for me, I think going forward is I want to focus on, making boss guides for, AQ40. I want to make sure that this is high quality content that people will, hopefully appreciate and enjoy. And then after AQ40, maybe we can do, Naxxramas. Maybe after Naxxramas, we can go back and do the other raids and stuff like that. But aside from boss guides, I don't know what else I'm going to touch when it comes to video content. I mean, if you guys have any ideas and stuff, let me know in, the chat, or let me know in the Discord server that we've got set up now. Yeah, I'm interested in hearing what you guys think and where we should go with the channel and stuff like that. Maybe what we could do is, boss guides. Boss guides is one part of it, right? Maybe we can also like start making videos about in-game raiding, like what kind of raid um, composition, sorry, should focus on when it comes to making a progression raiding guild. Um, maybe like the more less discussed facets of raiding that no one really talks about very much. Hang on one second, guys. I got a phone call. I'll be right back. But yeah, I mean, getting back to the whole discussion of like what we should do, um, after the boss guides, I feel like a lot of people don't really talk a lot about what it means to be like in a raiding guild, or what's required and expected of you. A lot of people like to do like the like top five vanilla, videos. A lot of people like to do like top 10 vanilla videos. Some people have said, "Hey Raz, why don't you do like a Warlock class guide video or something like that?" But there's already been a lot of people that have done stuff like that. Um, Hang on real quick. Let me check and see what quest we got here. Great, right there. We already did that one. Let's turn this quest in real quick. I thought there was a quest for the pirates. Oh wait, maybe that's actually down at that's over there. Okay, let's go over there. Let me set my harvest down real quick. Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of people are like, Raz, why don't you make like a Warlock class guide video? And I'm like, well, I mean, there's already been a lot of people that have already done that though. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with a streamer on Twitch called Stay Safe, but Stay Safe just did a guide on Warlock leveling and stuff like that as well. It is pretty concise and straight to the point. So I mean, personally for me, I kind of want to focus on stuff that no one has really touched yet. What's my Voidwalker at? It's probably a terrible spot to summon this Voidwalker in right now too. But I feel like a lot of people talk about, the stuff that happens before 60. And I guess they're not really wrong to do so, because that's kind of where the game begins and the game begins and also ends for a lot of those players, because you got to ask yourself this. How many people really actually level a character up to 60 when they see how grindy vanilla is? When Classic comes out, how many people are actually going to make it all the way to 60? How many of those people are actually going to start raiding and stuff like that? So I mean, you guys got to ask yourself those questions. Um, so I mean, I can kind of understand why a lot of people like to like focus on leveling guides, quest guides, dungeon guides for like lower level stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense, right? But I think personally for me, a lot of people don't really talk about what happens when you're at 60 and beyond. A lot of people don't talk about like what it means to actually run and be in a progression rating guild. What it means to actually experience in-game content. And I'm not talking about Molten Core. Molten Core is like baby. That's like training. That's like training babies how to raid in an MMO. Yeah, I'm talking about AQ40. I'm talking about Naxxramas and what it means to be in a guild with a group of people that are that deep into that content. Because for a guild to actually stay around from Molten Core to Naxxramas without some serious stuff going on in that guild, whether it's drama, whether it's, other stuff as well. Are these alliances gonna like, I don't know, I'm starting to get worried right here. I mean, look at your own past experiences, guys. For you guys in the livestream chat that have been in guilds, that have been around for like, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or however long, ask yourselves like, how many people have you seen come and go? How many officers have you seen come and go? Maybe your GM has also changed a couple of times. The whole story about playing vanilla World of Warcraft isn't really, the bosses. It's not really the raids. The whole story of vanilla World of Warcraft is the experience of the people that you play it with. That's the whole point of the game, is the journey of people that you meet, the relationships that you make along the way. That's really the whole thing about all of it, and what makes the game so interesting, so meaningful. It's not the loot, it's not the bosses, it's not the raiding. It's all about the people, the social aspect of the game. That's why so many people enjoy I think, playing vanilla World of Warcraft. Because the game forces you to socialize with other players. Whether it's making a dungeon, a group for a dungeon, whether it's making a raid group, whether it's assembling 40 to 50 people for raid, PvP and other stuff like that. So maybe in the future, what we can talk about is all of those experiences combined together that makes the game when you hit 60. That fucking hunter just... God. Alright, let me get my soul stone out real quick. Oh, what is going on over here? You got going on over here, some fucking industrial mage stuff going on right here. Like a 60 mage too. Does it look like there's like no visual stuff coming from my character right now? Like I don't see Shadow Bolt. I don't see my wand doing anything either. Oh, there it is. I mean, anyways, social aspect of it all is probably why I enjoy playing the game, for me personally, but, you know, I don't know why you guys play the game, but let me know your thoughts, I guess. I mean, for me, it was two reasons. Um, Reason number one was, it was partially my dream to kind of finish the game because, I didn't have that chance back in 2006. And then obviously the second biggest reason was, the people that I met along the way and the social aspect of it all. Should actually probably go to the middle over here. This rogue over here is running around though with what's that ability that rogues have for like it's like an instant crits, you know what I'm talking about? Let's grab this one. Thanks for the sub, Solo. Welcome to Livestream, dude. There has been no release date so far, but hopefully it comes out in like maybe late 2018 or 2019. Trying to actually camp this guy might be a little bit harder than I thought though, with all these players over here at the moment. No, I mean I'm playing vanilla. It's just not the uh it's just not the classic you know stuff, right? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking. Time walking, yeah, this is time walking leveling, man. I mean, when it comes to private service guys, I try not to talk too much about them on the live stream. After a lot of people got banned recently for like promoting them and advertising them and playing them, so I try to kind of just stay under the radar. I usually just let you guys in the chat handle that kind of stuff, right? Nah, I'm gonna take a break from the face cam until I can figure out like how can I like properly set up the lighting and stuff like that. Because like I keep having this issue with the face cam where it's like the lighting is too dark or it's too bright. So I need to like work on that first because I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, there he is. Shit, all this stuff's starting to spawn now. Let me see if I can kill this guy real quick. We're pulling everything now. Christ, dude. Let's see, 2 mobs. Let's put dots on this one. Dot this one up. Maybe the Shao Priest can help me out a little bit. And keep this one feared too. Let's break that one. Oh fuck. Fuck me. I'm a bandage right now. And the healing threat's gonna fuck me right there. Okay, this is getting stupid right now. It's getting really stupid. I mean, biggest priority right now is just grab the fucking head so I can get down the quest. There we go. I mean, nice thing about playing Warlock though is that I just have so many different like tools at my disposal. I can just like sacrifice the Voidwalker to give me a bubble. And I have like 2 fears as well. The problem is we keep aggroing more stuff though. Try to help him out real quick. fuck, dude, the goblin just respawned right there too. What the fuck? Alright. Do I have any healing potions? We need to kill this fucking, Alright, I'm gonna try to keep the dwarf feared right now. He's not even doing anything, I don't know what he's doing right now. That's like a really weird dwarf too. I think he used Death Ray on me or something. Where's his body at? Let's fucking eat his body. Little dwarf with his little alliance tabernime. Priest is actually pretty chill though. Check his gear out real quick. Yeah, he's got like a lot of gear to support that Shadow spec too. Like the Shadow Eve gear is like really good to have when you're leveling up too. Currently playing on the Lemon server right now. See if I can hopefully get like 44 today. Maybe 45, I don't know yet. We need 2 more, I think. 2 more of these guys, at least for me. I don't know about him. Maybe like, well, I don't know about tomorrow. Because I still need to do some like more leveling, but maybe next week we can get like a group together for F.A.Q. That'd be pretty fun. Okay, he says he's done with those. Let's see. 10, 3 out of 10. Then we can go find some pirates real quick. Oh man, he's killing that dwarf right now. What's that dwarf doing? I don't even know like why even bother using Siphon Life. It's really a waste of mana really, to be honest. I'm just like so used to like using it on my other Warlock though. I mean, the nice thing about Warlocks is just the progression of the class into itself. By the time you get to like A.Q. 40 and Naxxramas and you're playing a Warlock, like your dots are just doing so much damage. Like it's insane. Need to go help him out real quick. I have to probably AoE fear on this. Basically, this priest likes to pull a lot, I will say that. Likes to pull a lot. That mage might fuck us though. But I mean, it's really weird because like, you know, when you hit 60 as a Warlock, and let's say it's like patch 1.3, I mean, Warlocks don't really do a lot of damage in raids until like, I want to say like patch maybe 1.7. Because patch 1.7 brings a lot of interesting things to Warlocks, such as like the Bloodvine set, because Warlocks need spell hit. And what else does patch 1.7 do? Debuff slots are really important too. We need kidnappers? No, we don't. We don't need those. I have a 110 alliance, but leveling a horde lock now too. Cool. The Warlocks have changed so much though. They've changed so much in retail, I've noticed. Let's see how much more I need real quick. Phone's like going off for some reason. Oh, I'm gonna just ignore that phone call right now. Just in there. Yeah, I mean, you know, I definitely do think that like AQ40 patch 1.9 is when you start seeing like your casters really just take off. You know, you've got fire mages, you've got warlocks, they're just getting better and better every tier. I mean, I don't know, like, if any of you guys on the live stream like were watching when I was doing Naxxramas, but I mean, by the end of Naxxramas, you can see like what a warlock can really do if you give them the gear, you give them the consumables. A lot of those fights in Naxxramas, like Lotheb, Four Horsemen, Saffron, and KT, are really, really like um, fun to do as a warlock because you can do so much more than other classes can do. It was a lot of fun too. It's a lot of fun. I loved my rotation of Four Horsemen that I was like doing each time. It was a lot of fun. Just like running around, like tossing dots on every single like horseman, dodging, you know, dodging AOE abilities, stuff like that. It's cool. I mean, it's a shame though. It's a shame that we only did like 2 or 3 months of Naxxramas though. I was hoping to do at least 5 months, but you know, can't have everything, right? What quest is this for though? I don't think I actually have this quest. Yeah, I'm going to come back and do this one later then. Um, I mean, I'm a really like small streamer, so I don't think anyone really cares too much about me, to be honest. I mean, I'm hoping I don't get stream sniped, because like one of my goals is like wait, I just got stream sniped by Mixie. But I really want to show you guys like leveling a character, um, 1 to 60. But yeah, I mean, what I want to do is I want to show you guys actually like leveling a character 1 to 60. You know, that's one of my goals. So I'm hoping that I can show you guys that every live stream. You know, the whole experience. You know, I've even gone out of my way to pretty much not level or do anything um, when I'm not live streaming. I think I've been leveling this character off and on since like maybe um, October or November. But if I look at my slash played is 3 days and 19 hours so far. So I mean, when it comes to the whole thing, you know, I'm pretty much just kind of like chilling out, doing some chill leveling. I don't know if he's actually gonna help us or not. We might be in trouble right here. This is a lot of shit going on right now. I mean, the whole purpose of the live stream is just doing, you know, some chill leveling stuff like that. That's the whole purpose of it. The black border on my action bars is a it's like a specific. Hang on one second. Let me answer this guy real quick. But the black border on my action bars is like a specific image file that you can find in my my add-on package in the description box down below. It's in a folder called Buttons. Oh my god, these fucking ads. It's fucking respawn rate, dude. Oh my god. Way too many fucking mobs right now. I mean, the nice thing is, I mean, we've got this like really beefy like Shadow Priest, and obviously the 60 druid's really nice too. I mean, if we're talking about like how long it took me to level up a character in you know, 2006 or 2005, I don't even remember. I played a warrior in retail vanilla, and I also leveled up as a prot warrior. So it took me a couple months, you know, to get to 60. Not to mention I was like a fucking kid back then. This is for a quest, right? Like you combine these fragments together, I think. So let's do a quick. Oh, okay. All right, let's head out, guys. Go through these quests. Noxious Lair. Where's that at? Is that this place or this place? I don't even remember. I think it's this place, right? I don't know. If you guys in livestream chat want to help me out, let me know which place is the Noxious Lair. But let's go turn in these other quests real quick. Oh wait. Hold up. I need 5 more. No, I need 5 more hats. We gotta go back. Three Warlock right there. This place is starting to get a little bit too crowded for me personally right now. Wait a minute. Is that a Night Elf Priest? Oh no. It's a Night Elf Priest, boys. Jesus Christ. We used to, back in my raiding guild, we used to like meme on anyone that didn't play a Dwarf Priest. If you're Alliance, that is. The problem with like Dwarf Priest and like vanilla World of Warcraft is that it's really, really unfair that they have Fear Ward. I think in TBC, didn't they give all the priests Fear Ward in TBC? Or was that in late TBC? I don't remember. Or maybe it was Raserisk. They gave all the priests like all the spells and stuff. I don't remember. Or was it TBC? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, dude. Like I'm really big on I'm really big on aesthetics as well. So it's like, you know, if someone was like, okay, Raz, you know, play a priest, I'd be like, dude, like I cannot play a dwarf priest. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. Can't do it. Either that, or I'm hoping someone hooks me up with like a free lifetime of Deviant Delight, right? Like playing like a dwarf paladin or like a dwarf warrior. That's cool. But I don't know why you'd want to play dwarf warrior because I mean, humans have the racial right. I mean, you know, dwarves do get stone skin form though. I think that's pretty useful for some stuff too. Like if you're doing like Hoo and AQ40, and you have dwarves in your raid, you can have those guys like soak if they're like melee or hunters. Dude, what is this hunter doing? I'm so confused right now with what he's doing right now. Like, is he like fucking with me or like what is he doing? So we can pull one more over here. One of the biggest things that I try to do when I'm like playing my Warlock, like leveling a Warlock up, is multitask. You know, have your Void Walker tank one of the mobs while you are grabbing another mob and fearing it, keeping it feared. And if you really want to min-max, you can probably grab a third mob and either tank it, or you can probably juggle it with fear too. I mean, aside from that, guys, you know, just right now just doing some chill leveling. Oh wow, 2 Nightfall procs. I wish I got that many procs when I was actually raiding, you know. But you know, aside from that, you know, I do appreciate the support from the community. It's been really interesting to see like what people thought of the where's my loot at? The fuck? Alright, well, you know, it's been interesting to see what people think of, you know, the boss guide I came out with. So, you know, I'm really happy to see the feedback and stuff like that. But, you know, above all else, guys, you know, thank you guys so much for, you know, just, you know, following me, tuning into the live streams, checking out my content. You know, I really do appreciate it, so. Yeah, he went to go turn in his quest. I'm working on getting 3 more of these hats. Maybe 3 more hats. And I like, line of sight, come on. You would think this would not be a fucking problem right here, but it is. That's like 3 mobs too. Warlock over there looks like he's got some nice stuff on him. I like to inspect him. Let's actually go up top real quick. The area's starting to get really crowded right now. Like, fuck all up here right now. See where this one goes back to. It's going a little bit too far away. I'm gonna grab this one. My phone going off. You guys ever like have one of those days where it's like just, you know, you're constantly being interrupted? You guys know what I'm talking about? Let's get one more hat going. Dude, these respawn rates are this is stupid. This is fucking stupid. See if I can kill him real quick. Reset. Alright, I'm hoping the last one will actually drop the hat for me so I can actually just get out of here. I'm gonna just try to keep these two juggled right now with fear. I don't know where my fear timer is though. It's appeared on me. Good thing about these guys though is they're humanoids, so I mean they run away at like 10% health. It helps me out a little bit. Okay, that's the last one I need. I mean, one thing I also keep forgetting is like now that I'm actually like playing Undead, I can just use Cannibalize too. It's like really underrated racial ability. Though I mean, I gotta say though, when it comes to World Forsaken, like, did no one on Blizzard's development team in like 2006, like, were they like, okay, guys, should a race be able to activate a spell that completely blocks like 75% of CC in the game for 5 seconds? I mean, I'm just curious. I'm really curious about that. Let me get my health and mana back up. We actually might just harf out real quick. See, so I need to go for Alice for this quest, and I need to figure out where that place is. This should be enough to get me 44 though. 44 should be easy. Wix. Right, let me go sell my stuff real quick. Check my armor real quick. Let's see. Yeah, let me repair my gear real quick and I guess we'll head out. Guess while I'm heading there, I can also probably check and see. It's the Noxious Lair. Where's that place at? Maybe get back to STV though. Still gotta do some quests over there too. Got some rogue going on over here ganking people. Dude, that rogue is like fighting like fucking like... Oh my god, what is this? That mage is 60, dude. How is he gonna win this? Wow, that guy just killed a 60 mage? What? What is this? Why are there like 3 warriors over here too? What the fuck is this? 46 rogue just killed a fucking 60 mage. I'm pretty sure the guy was 60. I'm sure he was. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. Thought he was. Alright, I think that's enough PvP for today from Raz. Let's get a move on. Everyone in the guild's changed their names. I don't even know who the fuck is who anymore.
Time is money, friend. Be good. Yo. Keep it real.
Oh, it's gonna be a nice boost right there. Okay, let's get those boots in. It's a really nice boost. 11 intellect and also 8 spell damage. Just really good. It's really good. Okay. Let's see. Put more point there. Alright, so what are we gonna do next though? I'm trying to figure out what's the next thing we're gonna do. Yeah, that was a 60 mage that also got killed by that rogue. That's crazy. Fucking insane, dude. I guess we'll go to the Noxious Lair and see if I can do this quest. Maybe see if I can get to like maybe... you know, I want to see if I can get maybe like halfway to 45 today. I do need to head off though in like maybe 1 or 2 hours because I need to start working on putting the guide together for Sartora. If I do a good job, I might be able to get Sartora done by maybe next Friday or sooner, but we'll see. The biggest problem I'm going to run into tonight, though, with Sartora is going to be putting together the map. Because, like, I was talking about this a little bit earlier in the live stream, but the problem with the overview map for these bosses inside of AQ40 is that there's not really a whole lot of space. There's, like, a really, really short ceiling. So it's going to be kind of like a problem to figure out, like, what's going to be the best way to get that done. Maybe what I should do is do like a 2D map instead of 3D. That might be better. Yeah, the rogue's getting torn apart right now. Head over here real quick. Let's see, 48, 48, 49. This could be a little bit rough, I guess. Let's try 49. I mean, this mob is like 5 levels higher than me, so this could be a problem. Give me a bandage real quick. My Voidwalker's getting shredded right now, though. I'm gonna sack it. Oh, fuck. I couldn't even sack it. Died too quickly. Fuck. Oh my god. What the fuck is killing me? Oh, it's all these little scarabs. I'm dead. Fuck. Oh my god. I forgot they spawn a shitload of scarabs. Holy fuck, dude. See how much will those things hitting me for? Those things were hitting me for 25 each. Alright, note to self, let's stay away from those guys next time. See if we can get back up here real quick. It's gonna be a no-go. Alright, let me get my health and mana back up. I guess I'll... No, I should probably just stick to the stingers. The stingers gonna be the best ones to go for. Basically, don't fuck with the swarmers again. That's pretty bad, me. I'm gonna have to go back to Foralis later and also do, let's see, this quest. I can probably actually go back and do some of these now. Hey, what's up, Sparky? Welcome to the live stream, dude. Alright, let's kill this Scorpion so I can get back down there. Yep. Alright, so that's 49. Let's go for 48. Let's go for 48. It's a lot better. One thing that I think a lot of people also forget to do when they're playing Warlocks is they forget to also use Suffering. Helps out for threats, but the problem is, once you start getting to like your mid 40s, your Voidwalker starts really losing that big like threat generation boost, unfortunately. I mean, it's still pretty good. Still is pretty good. Sometime I'll probably do it off the live stream, but something I should probably do is go get my Fell Hunter. But it's gonna take that's gonna take a while though to do that. One. Was it the worker that killed me or was it something else? I think it was the worker that killed me. Try to stay away from the workers. We'll probably pick up the 49. Problem is, I don't think the Voidwalker is going to be able to hold aggro because the taunt is going to get resisted each time, unfortunately. I mean, the biggest thing though is, playing a Warlock, you're pretty much the king of, 1v1, I guess. Basically, the basic mantra is if it can be feared, it can be killed. Mob is like 5 levels higher than me, but if I can just keep fearing it, it's not a problem. One thing I actually used to do was, on my other Warlock, I used to go to like, Winter Spring, and I used to go to the place in Blasted Lands. I can't remember the name of it right now, and I would enslave the demons and just have them fight the other demons while like either fucking around or farming that one item that priests need for their staff. Really could not let those guys get hit on me though. They do a lot of damage. $158 right there. Let me back up real quick. Yeah, I can do a lot of stuff though, but I guess the basic thing about leveling a character in vanilla is, I mean, food and water pretty much. Let's see, I think we need 2 more. What's that? Yeah, we need 2 more. Not too bad. I remember when I did this quest on my warrior though, like a long time ago. My warrior was in my rogue. I don't remember, but it's so much harder for melee to level up. But I mean, at the same time though, I mean, playing a melee character is really rewarding once you actually get the gear and stuff. When it comes to topping DPS meters and stuff like that, you're gonna see warriors and rogues pretty much at the top of the meter in Molten Core and Black Moon Lair, right? I mean, not to mention warriors are like super gear dependent, but like when you actually get that warrior, that gear that he needs, he will just cleave and one-shot people. It's really cool. I mean, I don't know if I can even. I really don't know if I can play warrior again, to be honest. It's way too hard. Too hard. So when Classic comes out, though, I mean, what class are you guys gonna play when Classic finally comes out? I mean, I think me personally, I'm probably gonna stick to Warlock. I might play healer though. Healer sounds kind of chill. Sounds kind of chill. Maybe have like a paladin or a shaman. Or I might just go back to playing like the warlock. Depends on what the guild wants to do though. If they want to go alliance, then playing alliance warlock doesn't sound too bad. It's gonna be a little bit sucky though for PvP. I mean, even though Will the Forsaken is pretty nice for undead players, the thing with Fear is once you start getting into higher gear levels, when you start getting to higher gear levels, Fear, you don't really use or rely on Fear too much, because it's like, why would you use Fear when you just use Shadow Burn and instant cast ability that rips like 1/3 of their health pool away. So, I mean, Fear is always useful to have. It's always nice to have, of course. But I guess what I'm saying is any smart alliance warlock in a PvP situation. I was talking too much on that one. Got too distracted. But any smart alliance warlock in the PvP situation is not going to rely on Fear. When it comes to playing a warlock, 90% of the class is positioning. That's what it's about. I mean, maybe play healer could be a different experience. I think the last time I played a healer was I played a discipline priest on a RAF private server for ICC. I don't know, it's really weird. Like, if you ask me, like, what class do you want to play Raz in, like, vanilla TBC, I'd be like, Warlock, just Warlock straight up. But if we're talking about, like, retail, then I'm gonna be like Warrior, just Warrior straight up. I really don't like what they did to Warlocks in retail, personally. Get out of here. I mean, there's like a lot of different ways that you could like go about it. You know, some people think that Alliance have better um, PvE and PvP capabilities because they have Paladins. You know, Paladins are probably some of the best support healers in the game. You know, look what happens when you take a Paladin, like a Holy Paladin, and you put that Paladin with a Warrior in a PvP situation. It's incredible. Not to mention that Paladins also give their raids like, you know, Blessing of Salvation, um, Blessing of Kings, you know, all these kinds of blessings and stuff like that for PvE situations. I mean, I guess you could say that like horde racials are better for like 1v1 situations. And maybe you could say that Alliance have better maybe team or group capabilities when it comes to PvP situations. I think it's like a really loaded statement though, because you know when I saw like two of the best guilds, you know, one of them was Horde, one of them was Alliance, going all out in Naxxramas for progression. They were pretty equal. You know, they were pretty equal to be honest. The Alliance had an easier time in some areas, and the Horde had a easier time in some areas as well. All right, where did I turn this crap in at?
Hey, how you doing? Have a good one.
All right, so let's see where to next. See what this person has for me. Oh, it's red. I don't think I can do that quest. I mean, I might be able to, but it's gonna take forever.
What's up? Keep it real.
It's red as well. I'm about to come back. All right, let's go to. I guess let's go for Alice. Do this quest. I keep forgetting I'm Horde. Can't go that way. Blood Elf female rogues are good and are cool in PvE. I'm not too familiar with like the racial split with Blood Elves. Like, do they get like a sword bonus or dagger bonus or I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't played TBC since like 2008, so I'm really like unfamiliar with the content. You know, the raids, you know, the min maxing and stuff like that. I honestly don't even remember a lot of that stuff. It's been way too long. Maybe he means Legion. I'm not sure. I don't really have any problems with Legion. Um, I'm more the type of like person where it's like, I don't mind playing both classic and I don't mind playing both retail at the same time. That's what I'm gonna do. Like when classic comes out, I'm gonna be playing classic and I'm gonna be playing retail as well. The only reason why I don't play retail as much anymore is because I just don't have the same guild, the same group of like friends to play the in-game content with. If I had a group of players or group of friends like like Blacklisted or like Skibacops, and they were like hey Raz, like why don't we get together and do like mythic progression rating? I'd be like, oh hell yeah, dude, let's go fucking do some mythic progression rating. But I don't really have that. But the biggest thing with Legion right now, though, is like what's going to happen between now and Battle for Azeroth. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't played Legion in a while, but I think the last raid tier just came out, right? So what's going to happen between now and the next expansion? Thanks for the shout out, Thomas. Going to be working on the second one. Hopefully the second one will be as equally as good. Sell some of this crap real quick. I guess in the live stream, what we're doing today is like doing like some chill leveling slash like Q&A for the next boss guide, right? All right, so Screecher Spirits, let's go do that. And actually, let me check. Let me check up here real quick so we can find that one treant. Yeah, I was watching a video from Bellular. Here's the video you linked like the other day in the Discord server. But I was watching that video and like they've changed leveling a lot in retail from what I've noticed. They wanted to kind of like go back and emulate um how it used to be, where leveling was actually challenging. All right, so that's one down right there. I mean, the leveling might be more challenging, I guess, but I don't know. It's a bit weird for me because I actually like the way that leveling was, where like everything was completely like, you pretty much blitzed your way to like 100, then like it slowed down. I actually like that. That's mostly because I've kind of like already done the content in some shape or form, once or twice or so on. Um, maybe it's still fresh for me because I have two characters that are like a level or like level 110. So for me, it's still pretty fresh. I mean, either way, like if I ever have like another character um in like Legion or Battle for Azeroth, I'm just probably gonna boost it to like 110 or something. But I mean, the only thing I can think about is like if you want to level up a new allied race. So like if you want to play like a Void Elf or what's the name of the other ones? Like whatever. Like if you want to play one of the allied races, then you kind of have to level that character up, right? Now that could be interesting, where like you play one of the new races, and you level up from like what, like 20 to 110 or something. That could be cool. I mean, here's the thing though. The weird thing with those allied races is their racial abilities. Have you guys actually looked at the racial abilities? Like, um, like Void Elves, I think have like a fucking teleport with like a 30-yard range on it. So imagine you're playing a Void Elf warrior, use that racial ability. They have some really, really strong racial abilities. Have you seen them? Where am I going right now? Fuck, let's not go that way. I mean, I think that's like the biggest thing that Blizzard wants to do, though, is they want to get back to the story experience, because for a lot of people were just blitzing through the zones because they were leveling so quickly. So they actually want players to slow down, understand what's going on in each zone, understand the story, and then eventually move on. I believe also they have like a scaling thing set up where you can like skip Outlands and you can go to Northrend if you want to, right? So like you can level from like 60 to 80 in Northrend if you want to. I haven't looked at it in a while though, so I mean if you guys know the information, just let me know because I haven't looked at it in a while. So it's like maybe like on one character, it's like okay, so maybe on this character, I want to experience the story of Lordaeron. So you go and do, um, Western Plague Lands, Eastern Plague Lands, that general subcontinent region of Lordaeron. You can kind of like experience the whole thing without blitzing through it so quickly, perhaps.
I can't believe it's you here.
All right, so where are these guys at? They should be like in the same area right here somewhere. I'm trying to remember like what content is 80 to 90 though. Like is that like the Cataclysm zones? It's like Cataclysm and that's like that Mists of Pandaria as well. I mean, Cataclysm has some cool zones. I mean, I thought Hyjal was pretty cool. I don't remember the one place that's like inside the Maelstrom. That was pretty cool too. Mists of Pandaria had some really really cool scenic zones. The Jade Forest was awesome. I don't remember what the name of the zone was. The one that was like completely taken over by the insect kind of guys. I don't remember what the name of that zone was. That was a really cool zone though. It had a lot of cool like art style and stuff like that. What makes me come back to vanilla? I would say it's probably the social aspect of the game, dude. It's also where like a lot of my memories are. Like if I were to say like I don't play vanilla for the nostalgia, that would be a lie. Nostalgia is a really big part of it. If you had asked me like 2 or 3 months ago, I would have told you that, it's like my dream to finish vanilla. Because for a long time, for like 12 or 13 years, that's the whole reason why I came back was to, finish the game. I mean, now that I've pretty much cleared all the content vanilla and killed KT, I just play for fun now, I guess. I think one of the biggest things about all this stuff is, I mean, we're just kind of like reliving our memories and going back to vanilla to finish things that we couldn't do back in 2006. Um, some of us back then were, a little bit younger, so we couldn't really do, the stuff. Some of us back then were like, in college, so busy with, universities and studying exams and stuff like that, so they didn't have time to raid. People were just in a different place in their lives, man. So I think a lot of people, it's why they want to come back. Like, imagine that you go to like a really, really cool um, theme park. Like 10 years ago, you went to a really cool theme park, but you only got to experience some of the roller coasters. Like maybe one or two roller coasters when there was like four or five. You only got to experience some of the attractions, and that was it. You never went back to that theme park. You never went back. And when you would try to go back, someone tore down the theme park. They changed it. They changed everything about it, and now it's no longer the same theme park. And you're like, well, that sucks. I can't go back, dude, and do the things I wanted to do. And then one day, someone's like, hey, do you want to go back in time? I can take you back. I can take you back to that time. And you're like, yeah, let's do it. That's the way I kind of look at it. That's why it's gonna be really interesting though when Classic comes out, and I want to see like what people that have not played vanilla since like 2006, like what do they think of the game? How long would they actually play the game? What's gonna happen when their memories and stuff like that actually clashes with the reality of what is vanilla? A lot of people like to say vanilla is the hardest game that Blizzard ever made. Um, People say Molten Core is the hardest raid that Blizzard ever made. Don't ask me why. Um, so what's gonna happen when they actually do the content and realize, oh wait, that's not true. That's not true at all. It's just my memories, right? All right. Let's see. Who next? Let me see if I can find one more of these. One more of these trains real quick. Hey, what's up, Back in Action? Welcome back to the live stream, dude. I'm trying to remember like what the. Okay, so basically it is. Let's see, real quick. Let me test it out. Oh, so that's how you do it. Okay. And then you can just like move it like that. And then if you want to lock it, well, then you just like type lock instead of unlock. All right. Let's see if I can find one more of these treants. I'm having to do like a lot of like running around today. Kinda sucks. The one up here might have respawned by now. Let's check. Guess what I'm hunting around right now for this last treant, you know? If you guys enjoyed the content today, you know, feel free to leave a like on the video. If you guys really enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Going for the 900 subs, hopefully. Hopefully by, you know, sometime in January, right? You know, if you guys have any questions for me regarding the live stream, the channel, the boss guides, and so forth, feel free to join our new Discord server that we set up. And I'll typically always be in there, you know, after the live stream ends. But, you know, aside from that, guys, I do appreciate you guys always tuning into the live streams. It means a lot to me. See if I can kill this one before I healed. That is why we have Death Coil. Go. Okay, that was quest. So turn this one in. I might be able to actually go do this quest now. Pop down here real quick. Yeah, I appreciate the feedback, dude. I need to get a new mic though. When I started doing my voiceovers, I didn't realize how bad the mic was. Alright, I'm gonna go try and do this this quest real quick. But yeah, I'm working on getting a new mic so that my voice doesn't sound as yeah, as low as some people have mentioned before. It's kind of hit or miss, you know. Some people have said like Raz, your voice sounds too low. Raz, there's too much like background noise when you're doing voiceovers. So, you know, I'm working on getting some new stuff, right? Thanks for the sub glass. Welcome to the live stream, dude. I don't know, dude. I mean, I usually only level in the live streams, but it looks like everyone in the guild's now hitting 60 right now. I mean, according to the message of the day, they want everyone to start working on their quintessence. So, I mean, guess we better hurry the fuck up, right? Hurry up and hit 60. I actually never played Diablo 3, to be honest. I played Diablo 2. Like sometimes me and my friends will do like a hardcore Diablo 2 run just to see like who manages to you know, be a last man standing, right? But I never played Diablo 3. I mean, it was always pretty easy for me though, because I would just like cheese it and go Necromancer. I think you guys are starting to see a pattern here though. It's like Raz plays Necromancer in Diablo 2. Raz plays Warlock in Vanilla, OP, plays Warlock in TVC, OP. You guys are starting to see a pattern now. What can I say, man? Easy game, easy life, right? Alright, so let's see, we need to actually go up to this cave up here. Oh fuck, what is this? Dude, I gotta say, man, this has gotta be like one of my favorite zones in vanilla World of Warcraft, though. I mean, just look at the zone, guys. I mean, it's like so fucking atmospheric and stuff like that. Considering Blizzard made this zone in like what, 2004, 2003, it's really aged really well. I was actually thinking a long time ago of like doing like a video series on like what, like the backstory of like every zone and like the lore behind it, stuff like that. But maybe we can do that in the future. Playing on Retail Classic, Dan. I'm just joking, but can't talk too much about private servers in the stream. A lot of people have been getting banned and stuff. I mean, it kind of sucks though, because I mean, it's like Blizzard is like banning people. That's like giving like free promotion and stuff for Classic, but I guess it makes it makes sense. They have to protect their copyright, I guess. Like the more I try to think about it, it's like the more it doesn't actually make any fucking sense. But fuck me, what's this? Fuck me, get me out of here. It's 48, 49, 48. See how I can get up there again. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see on your screen, but like I'm 44. These mobs are like 50. That's a 50 mob right there. Holy fuck. I didn't even want to pull three. I just wanted to pull one. I pulled all fucking three of them. Whoops. Got like an error pop up right there. That's a massive surprise right there. The hunter didn't even kill me. He actually helped me. That's really surprising. I'll have to pay the hunter back by backstabbing him later, right guys? That's what a horde does. Horde player. Sounds like something a Alliance player would say. Rip. There's like fuck all in this cave right now. We could try jumping down below. Guy needs to make up his mind. Where you want to go, dude? Could probably pull some up here this way. So I can pull some more. I mean, this guy's 49. He can take a beating. Pull this one too. I'd like to know where the fuck's my Voidwalker at, though. I don't know, when it comes to PvP and, you know, like leveling and stuff like that, I usually leave like Alliance alone unless like they're either competing against me or they're fucking around. Like right now this isn't really too bad because obviously they have their spot up there and we have our spot down here. I mean, the problem is though, if you kill your competition's just gonna come back and fuck with you, so, you know, what do you do? And how do I even pronounce this? Thanks for the sub. Is that Matyas? Is that how you pronounce that? Matyas? Or Mayas? Thanks for the sub, dude. I appreciate it. He's fucked. I thought he was actually gonna kill the hunter. Never mind. Dot didn't go off in time. Thanks for the sub, Sparky. Appreciate it. I mean, at the moment, what I'm just doing is I'm just like pulling for this warrior so I can just keep killing stuff. I haven't really thought too much about what we're gonna do at 1,000. I mean, what do you guys want to do? Maybe we can maybe I'll buy some food for the office, right? We can do like a big office party. Big office party at the Raz studio, right? Hey man, don't tempt me, dude. Don't fucking tempt me. I might take my clothes off on stream. Who knows? The thing about streaming on YouTube is, I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want on YouTube. If you like on Twitch though, like if you say like faggot or something on Twitch, you get banned. That's it, dude. Done. I don't think YouTube's gonna mind too much if like if I like start strip teasing, you know, on the stream, start taking my clothes off, you know. Could be good. Could be good for views, man. I mean, maybe what we can do is I can change like my name to like anything for views, right? Need to help this guy out. This guy doesn't even need my help, man. Look at this beast right here. This guy's a fucking beast. Okay, help my oh, he's done. Okay. Alright, cool. Actually worked out. Alright, done this quest. Where to next? There's no way I can do this quest. That's way too hard. What do you guys think of all these cam girls on Twitch and stuff like that? They're kind of like just using the platform as like a way to make money based off kind of like sexualizing themselves. You guys think that's like something that Twitch should allow? Guy need help? This guy's a beast, man. Like a fucking warrior just taking everything on. Thanks for the sub, Rad. Welcome to the live stream, dude. I mean, here's the thing that with Twitch is, do you guys think on Twitch that these cam girls should be allowed to basically promote their streams of them basically doing nothing but sexualizing themselves for money? You guys think they should be allowed to do that? Like, for example, I feel like the whole purpose of Twitch is supposed to be a gaming platform. You know, it's the reason why people go to Twitch is to watch games, right? But then you have the whole IRL section now, where like people can now pretty much do whatever the hell they want to in that section. I mean, it goes two ways, right? It goes two ways because like on one hand, it's like, if you don't like the streamer, then why are you supporting the streamer with donation money, subs, and other stuff, right? So it's like, yeah, I mean, it can go both ways. Maybe the way I look at it is it's like, maybe I find it a little bit unfair that someone, because they're like a different gender than I am, can kind of like take advantage of being a quote unquote female and use like their body to get ahead. If that makes any sense. I mean, maybe I'm looking into this thing way too hard. Maybe like I'm just thinking about it way too hard. Well, I mean, let's move away from cam girls, I guess. Do you guys think that YouTube gaming has a future as a streaming platform, or do you guys think that YouTube gaming is probably going to, become obsolete? Like, for example, like what is it about YouTube gaming that makes you want to watch live streams on YouTube compared to Twitch? Is Twitch ultimately the future? Why do you guys prefer one platform over the other? That's my question. I mean, the reason why I started streaming on YouTube was because back when I started on Twitch, it was way too hard, and there were a lot of things about Twitch at the time that I didn't really enjoy, which is why I went to YouTube, especially for someone that was like playing on private server, right? But I mean, now that I'm kind of like in a different place, a different position, I'm curious as to like why you guys may want to watch a stream on YouTube compared to Twitch. Right. I mean, I think that's like a really big reason is I think a lot of people really like um, watching YouTube at work because like Twitch is blocked, right? So I mean that probably is one big reason. The leather tunic. 15 stamina, 7 agility, and 6 strength. Not bad. Dude, I can't use it though. All right, so I mean we're running a quest right now. I gotta figure out what to do. All right, so I think we need to go to let's go STV. Well, first let's go to Daenerys first, but might do Zul'Farrak in the next live stream. Looking pretty good right now. Well, I mean, maybe something I'll start doing in the future is what I might do is start multi-streaming, so we can stream to YouTube. We can stream to Twitch. I don't really mind what platform I stream on, honestly. Like, I mean, what I mean is like if people want to see me stream on Twitch, you know, the majority is like, you know, Raz, why don't you stream on Twitch? You know, I'll go to Twitch. You know, if the majority is like, well, why don't you stream on YouTube? Then I'm okay with YouTube. But you know, as far as like Mixer goes or Smashcast or is it Smashbox? I don't even know the name of it, but I don't really think those guys are gonna get anywhere. Too small platforms. I mean, I guess, you know, obviously right now it doesn't really matter too much. Um, but one thing that we need to think about is as we get closer to Classic, you know, what's going to be the platform to stream on? Is it going to be Twitch? Is it going to be YouTube? You know, we'll see what happens by then. Was it like quest number 5 for ZF? I mean, I like to do Zul'Farrak like today, but there's just not enough time because I need to go work on the guide for Sartora later. Go STV then. I mean, ideally for me, the platform that I would want to stream on is the platform that will make me the most successful. I guess that's the way I look at it. But I mean, at the same time, you know, there's a lot of things that I still need to learn. Um, Probably over the next like 6 to 8 months, you know, I'll be more experienced when it comes to like live streaming, making videos, and you know stuff like that. I'm still really fresh, right? So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I need to learn first. The biggest priority right now is I need to kind of like create a identity for myself. My whole appeal, you know, the reason why people watch my live streams was for Naxxramas, AQ40, in-game vanilla rating content. Now that I'm no longer doing that content, I need to figure out, okay, what is it about my channel, about me, that people will find interesting and want to, you know, listen or view. So that's why, you know, I'm kind of like now getting into video content with boss guides and stuff like that to try to kind of like share my experience, share the stuff that I've learned um, from the times that I rated, so that hopefully people can kind of learn from, you know, what I did, and they can apply that to their raids in the future. That's the way I look at it. I mean, it's a very big challenge. It's a very big hurdle. You know, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of time investment. You know, people look at these guides. You know, they're like 5, 10 minutes long. They're like, oh wow, dude, I could do that in like a day. You can sum this up in like 1 or 2 minutes. But in reality, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into making that kind of content, making it look good, making it sound good, you know, making it, you know, just appealing to the viewer. You know, that's why I'm really grateful at all the feedback that I've gotten on Reddit, YouTube, from you guys, because it means a lot to me. Because I put a lot of time into that guide. I put a lot of heart and soul into that guide. You know, it was really nostalgic for me to go back and look at my AQ40 videos from, you know, the past and share that knowledge with you guys. So, you know, I just hope that maybe whoever looks at the videos in the future can learn from that so that their guild, their raid can, you know, progress. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, there's still a lot of things that I need to improve on. You know, there's still a lot of things that I need to work on. You know, it's all a learning experience, guys. You know, I'm constantly trying to improve the live stream. I'm constantly trying to improve my content, you know, for you guys, and you know, that's why I'm like really grateful that, you know, you guys, you know, some of you have been here since the beginning. Some of you have been here since Naxxramas. Some of you are now here since, you know, this new phase that I'm in, right? But I mean, it's great. You know, it's great hearing from you guys, hearing your thoughts, your feedback. You know, it means a lot to me, and I you know, I'll learn from you guys as much as hopefully you learn from me, right? I mean, there's, you know, even though I played the game for like, you know, since like 2005 or something like that, you know, there's constantly people in the live stream, viewers and stuff like that, that are like telling me about things that I didn't even know. You know, I'm constantly learning and improving from having you guys here on the live stream or from reading your comments on YouTube and stuff like that. So I think it's cool. You know, I think it's cool the community that we've kind of built and have together. I guess basically, if you look at it this way, you know, in some ways, I'm really happy the classic is coming out, but at the same time, I'm a little bit sad because of all the people that I've met, you know, that live in like Europe, Asia, Australia, you know, other parts of the world. You know, they'll be on their servers and I'll be on, you know, my server, which kind of makes it, you know, it's a little bit sad because, you know, Nostarius wasn't just a vanilla private server. It was an international server that had a whole bunch of different people on it, right? A lot of my friends in Blacklisted weren't even American or Canadian or Mexican. They lived in Europe. You know, we had one guy. What the hell's going on right here? I kill this harm real quick. Don't mind me. Target not in line of sight. Just let dots do it. This guy counter spelled by someone. That guy's gonna probably fuck me up, right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I saw the hunter. The hunter was on the dock, killing like horde players. So I was like, okay, well, you know, I'll kill her. And then the mage jumped in. So now I need to like break aggro from that guard right there. It's gonna set me back a little bit. I mean, I think that I think when it comes to people that don't necessarily um, speak the same language that we do, I can kind of understand that mentality, Mexi. But there were a lot of Chinese players and there were a lot of Russian players that I met during my journey. Oh, fuck me, fuck. Give me a second. But I mean, basically, long story short, I met a lot of cool Chinese players. I met a lot of cool Russian players that gave us a lot of good information. Um, during the time. So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely do think that it'll be really, really helpful when the Chinese like get their own server, the Russians get their own server, and stuff like that. All right, am I still hostile to the guards? Let me check. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's always the big problem with like goat sellers, but I mean, keep in mind that a lot of goat sellers were also um European as well as American as well. So I mean, let's not forget Crocky and Shenna from Elysium, right? I think the biggest issue with playing with people from different parts of the world, different countries, there's really no such thing as like, oh wow, like this person is like a certain race, so they're like an alien almost. I think the biggest thing about it is the language barrier. Obviously, if someone is speaking in Chinese in your group, and everyone else speaks English, that's kind of a problem because it's like, how do you communicate with this guy? How does he communicate with you? You can't, right? So, oh, what the fuck happened to the hunter? These guys shot off the boat. I think the priest mind controlled him. Oh my god. People are on the server right now. 7,600. Blizzard actually makes vanilla servers that are like, let's say, like what, maybe 5,000, maybe 7,000 players. I think it's a nice sweet spot. I don't think we'll ever see servers with like 10,000, 15,000 players, ever again. I think like maybe 5,000. It's like a nice sweet spot. Right, so coming up next, let's go turn in this quest, and I don't remember where this guy is at all. I'll figure it out later. Trying to get my last like gnome costume before the end of the year, right? I'm sure you guys back in back in vanilla remember all the it's kind of weird. It's like you remember the infamous people more than maybe the famous people. Or at least that's the way I look at it. Like, for example, I can still remember the people on my server that were, like, notoriously known for, like, ninjing stuff. Like, these were, like, the real shitheads, like, the assholes, right? And they were blacklisted. They were blacklisted from all the big guilds and stuff like that. Is the Flight Master down again? Jesus Christ, dude. It's down 24/7, man. Fuck me. Do you guys ever wonder, like, whatever happened to the people that we used to play Vanilla WoW with? Like, do you guys ever remember or think about, like, your first guild? Or, like, the first person that you met on World of Warcraft that was, like, your friend or something like that? Like, I wonder a lot about, like, what happened to my friends back then that I met in game. I wonder, like, what happened to my raiding guild, and all the people back then. I remember in TBC we had a raid leader. This guy was like, he was like the grandpa of the guild. He was like a really really old dude, and he always got shit done though. I think he was like a fucking like Marine or something, like in like Vietnam, and um, really really chill old dude. I remember like one day I came home from like school, and everyone was like talking guild chat about him. I was like, what happened? And they're like, you didn't hear about Raven? Like, Raven had a stroke, dude. Like, I don't think he's coming back. You know? I think that was one of my first memories where, like, I realized that the people on the other side of the computer screen aren't just, like, fictional characters. The people on the other side of the computer screen are actually real people. Those are real people that you have real interactions with. Real people that have families and lives and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll never forget the people that I first met when I played this game and stuff like that. It's the same thing with private servers. I'll never forget the people that I met on my journey through like Phoenix. Okay. I don't know who that guy is. The people that I met on Phoenix, the Rebirth, the Vengeance of Azeroth, Nostarius, Elysium, Anathema, Lightbringer. I'm not gonna forget all those people I met on my journey. That's a PvP server. I mean, yeah, classic. Classic is gonna be like the next phase, right? See, where are we going to? Let's see if we can find a group for this quest real quick. But I mean, basically, when I think about all the people that I've met over the past 12 or 13 years, playing this game, and how much the game like brought us together in ways that it wouldn't have in real life. I wonder, like, these are the same people that I want to play Classic with, the same people that I want to experience Classic with all over again, right? I mean, I hope you guys on like Livestream chat, kind of like understand what I mean, I guess. I don't know. I think that the private server community, for all of its faults and stuff like that, maybe toxicity and stuff like that, at times. Checking that warrior out real quick. But you know, despite all the faults and stuff, the private server community, I think that we've built something really, really special. Because I mean, keep in mind that, you know, if it wasn't for, if it wasn't for, you know, people that actually went the full distance, that made the servers happen, you know, Viper, Damon from Nostarius, all the people that worked on Nostarius, the people that kept the dream alive, you know, you guys, the players. I mean, it was a well coordinated effort from everyone involved, which got us classic. I mean, the biggest thing to also keep in mind for Classic is that, you know, for people like us that have been playing on private servers for a certain amount of time, you know, we're going to be bringing all of these skills, you know, the experience, the knowledge, the Classic, if it's like the same game, right? So, I mean, I think we'll be like the minority of players. You know, the majority of players will be people that are, you know, retail players, never played private servers, coming back to vanilla after like 13 years. That's going to be the majority of players. So that, I mean, the thing that you guys need to ask yourselves that are listening right now is, you know, how are you going to apply all the stuff that you've learned from playing on private servers to Classic? You know, how are you going to apply that? Hopefully, you guys apply that in a positive type of manner. I would hope, but. All right, where's this thing at right here? I don't know if we can actually do this quest. This quest might be a little bit too hard for just two of us. I mean, if we can fear him, he can probably die though. All right, so it needs. Okay, let's go. Let's go farm some gorillas then. Even grab a couple of these. I'm gonna need those warlocks to come over here though and help me out. That's one right there. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to get like 10 Fangs, and then we need to summon this guy. Let's see. So we need. I've got one Fang in the moment. You guys in the livestream chat want to help some of these guys out, asking for the name of the server. Greatly appreciate it. I don't want to talk too much about the server, obviously because, a lot of people have been getting banned and stuff like that. Got 4 at the moment. See how many everyone else got? Alright, so we need one more shard and this should be it. That's 4 right there. Let's get one more going. Should be it. Alright, let's go summon. Now, I don't know if this quest is still bugged or not, but when I did this quest a long time ago, the guy basically one-shot everyone in the group, so we'll see how this goes, guys. My health and mana back up real quick, and then I guess we'll start this up. Alright, see what this quest looks like. Oh shit. They spawned right outside the fucking cave. Alright, so the first wave's done. Oh, dude, he needs to be careful of Hellfire. He's gonna get himself killed. It's really close, dude. Oh, fuck. Guy's hitting me so fucking hard right now. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, the Warlocks, dude, they gotta be careful of Hellfire, though. Gotta get killed. I think we got one more wave to go. Alright, this is the big one. This is the big one. Can I actually fear him? Let me see. He's down. Let me grab the heart real quick. Let me get an AoE fear going. It's actually pretty easy. I mean, compared to like last time, when these guys were like one-shotting me, Jesus Christ, dude. It's... It's a pretty nice group. Three Warlocks, one Warrior, not bad. Bad. Alright, so do we want to go turn this quest in, or... I need to go to Grom Gold. The problem is the Flight Master Bodhi Bay is fucked up right now. Yeah, let me stop somewhere real quick and get my health and mana back up. I'm gonna switch on the face cam maybe next week. I need to figure out like how can I fix the settings with my face cam, because like, you know, people keep saying like, well, you know, Raz, the face cam is, you know, it's too dark, or, you know, Raz, the face cam is too bright. You know, some people also have said like, you know, quality is really not up to par. So I'm gonna play around the settings and see what I can do. Is this quest he wants me to do? I think I already did that quest, maybe. I think I already did that one. I honestly don't remember. I mean, another thing I want to work on too is the angle of the face cam with this guy, 35 Paladin. I need to also work on like angling the camera, because like when it like zooms in on my face, directly on my face like that, like it makes me like just like totally like Like it's not really a not really good angle, I think. I mean, the thing you guys gotta remember is, um, I would say I would openly admit that I am a very self-conscious kind of person. You know, I'm very self-conscious about the way I look, right? At the same time, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced like stage fright before, like where you get up in front of like an audience and you like make a speech and stuff like that. For me, the face cam is kind of like that as well. So it's like why I need to get used to it. You know, I need to just get used to like having my face out there. You know, it's something you gotta get used to. Like when you look at a streamer and you see the face cam, you don't really think too much of it, but it's a pretty big deal, man. You know, it's a pretty big deal when you have your face out there, um, on the internet. And you've got like dozens of people, hundreds of people, thousands of people, um, you know, watching you, seeing your face, judging you, um, thinking about who you are and stuff like that. You know, some people don't give a fuck, obviously. You know, some people are like, well, who gives a fuck, right? I mean, there's a guy on Twitch that's like fucking like 600 pounds, and he sits on the couch and streams himself, and he doesn't give a fuck, man. I mean, he's raking in all the money and stuff. But I mean, for me, I personally like, I care. I care about it. That's my thoughts. You know, I've thought so many times, man. Like, if in another life, if I had been born a girl and I had decided to start streaming, it'd be so easy. It'd be so fucking easy, man. So easy. Oh well. But I mean, the biggest thing about girls streaming though is they gotta be attractive. They have to be attractive to be successful. I'm not saying that looks makes you instantly successful, but it helps. It does help. I'm gonna farm these guys for like a couple minutes, but drop rate's pretty bad. It's pretty bad in necklaces. If you want to be a girl, there's places that can help you. So true, man. So true. What am I saying, dude? It's 2017, man. You can be whatever you want to be, right? That's fucking drop rate's terrible, dude. Fucking terrible. See if we can line of sight this guy. It's like so easy to like kill spellcasters when you're leveling, because like when they start channeling something, just line of sight it. That's it. See, Tanaris is too high right now. I need to go turn this quest in. Somewhere. Yeah, I mean, next live stream we have to do Zul'Farrak. I mean, look at all these quests I've got here. This is like a whole level of XP right here I need to do. Do that later. So for you guys in the live stream chat today, are you guys going to play private servers until Classic comes out? Or are you guys just going to wait for Classic to come out? What I'm wondering is, in 6 months, when Naxxramas comes out on the server, who is still going to be playing on private servers, and who's going to take a break? So I guess what I'm asking is, are you guys going to take a break until Classic comes out, or are you going to keep playing? I mean, the reason why I brought up 6 months is because in 6 to 8 months, Lightbringer, Anathema, and Darrowshire will be on the same patch. So they'll all be on Naxxramas. So what's going to happen after that? You know, are they going to do TBC? Are they just going to do another fresh vanilla server? I mean, personally for me, guys, I think this is going to be my last character until Classic comes out. You know, I don't think I have it in me to keep playing, you know, vanilla over and over again. You know? See, Rob says waiting for Classic. Cameron says private servers are just too. I'm gonna butcher that pronunciation. I'm not even gonna try that. Playing on a PvE server is important to me, but they're rare and their communities are small and shrinking. Thomas says too much vanilla leveling is burnout. It's true. It's true. I mean, I feel bad for Darrowshire because I mean they basically got the short end of the stick, you know, compared to Anathema. You know, Darrowshire had to do Black Moon Lair for like what 10 to 12 months, so they definitely did get fucked over pretty hard. Um, Now that AQ40 is out, I don't know who's gonna stick around for Nax and who's just gonna re-roll to Lightbringer. Um, you know, for AQ40 coming out soon. According to the time frame that they have posted and talked about recently, I think 1.9 should be well, first the war effort. The war effort will probably start, I want to say, in the first couple of weeks of January. Probably give the war effort like what, 2 or 3 weeks before it completes, and then 1.9 will come out. So like, what are we looking at? Like maybe 1.9 in February? Does that sound about right? War effort starts on the 3rd of January. Okay, so maybe 1.9 late January, early February. Does that sound about right? I mean, the biggest thing for me is, you know, I need to focus on getting these guides out um, for the players because I can probably do like a guide maybe every 1 or 2 weeks. If I can get Cthulhu done by patch 1.9 release, I think I'll be successful. I don't know if I'm gonna get the whole thing done, but you know, I can try. Oh, here's the guy I was looking for. This is the guy right here. Alright guys, well, speaking of the guide itself, I need to actually cut the live stream for now, get back to work on making the guide for Sartora. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the live stream today, greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or input for me, feel free to join our new Discord hangout that we've set up. But aside from that guys, that's gonna be it for me. I will see you next time. Take care guys, peace out.